Is it possible that a sermon may be preached without words? Yes, unfortunately, sometimes we tend to believe that words are the only means to reach people. After building the tabernacle from the freewill offerings of the people, it was now time to set apart Aaron and his sons for the holy ministry. Exodus 29 provides details about the ordination service for the first priests in Israel. Interestingly, Moses, the leader, did not deliver a remarkable speech or preach a sermon for this occasion. But one thing was prominent: offerings of various kinds. Sin offerings, burnt offerings, and wave offerings. What were the messages conveyed by these offerings? The sin offering was for the atonement of sin. It reminded the priests that they needed God's grace and forgiveness to qualify for their duty. The burnt offering was burned completely on the altar. It pointed to the total commitment that was required from those called to service. Finally, the wave offering was presented in a waving-type motion, elevated and swung to and fro toward heaven. It symbolizes the priest's dedication to God's service and God's provision for those who sacrifice themselves in service to Him. Through these multiple offerings, they learn the true meaning of their ordination. Do we have some doubts about the pertinence of worshiping God with our offerings? If a local church already has enough financial resources to support its ministries, should it still maintain offerings as an element of the worship service? Offerings have a value far beyond monetary. Offerings are sermons without words. They represent acts of worship and convey essential spiritual lessons. Among other things, they remind us of God's gift of salvation, His daily blessings, and our adequate response of total commitment. It would be unwise to silence God's voice by renouncing the practice of giving offerings. As we worship with our tithe and regular and systematic offerings, called promise, let us be attentive to God's voice. May we put our desires last and God first.